Brian Lyons, PTA Global Faculty. It's Chicago, it's January, it's cold, but spring is on the way soon. Preseason baseball conditioning and softball conditioning are kicking into high gear. What we're going to show you today very quickly is some examples of how we use the PTA Global system sciences and tools to train a major component of baseball and softball training, or really any overhead sport, and that's rotation. So stay tuned here. We're going to talk a little bit about specific functional lines that we're going to train and how we load these lines and give you some examples of movement. Okay, so whether we're throwing, fielding, hitting, catching, whatever it may be, a lot of rotation. So if we look at the functional anatomy, there's two major lines that we see a lot of emphasis on, and we're going to emphasize those in our movements today. So we look at the front functional line, quick review. Shoulder to opposite leg, right above the knee. Back functional line, shoulder arm to opposite leg, but this kind of tucks in right below the knee. So responsible for a lot of loading and unloading with all those movements we just talked about. Okay, so what we're going to do with the movements today, you're going to see a lot of different movements with different tools, but it's going to be, looking at mobility, looking at strength, looking at power, looking at even some energy system development. But remember, movement is movement. Whatever those goals are, what those turn out to be is all due to the acute variables that you put out there. Okay, we're going to keep the vector simple. Okay, we're going to use 3DC to manipulate the motion. Two main changes we're going to make are going to be beginning position and the environment. So we'll show you the same movement really with a bunch of different tools, and we're just going to manipulate the foot position a little bit to either load or unload, or put a little bit more emphasis on each of the lines. Okay, so we use these movements all the time. Great movements, and as always, look for mobility in the hips and the thoracic spine, and even the ankles, even though we're not talking about that much today. But and also look, as always, for good rhythm and timing. Okay, so use whatever these you think will help you with your preseason training, and good luck to you this year. Thanks. Okay, two key points to wrap up. Number one is, you can see every time we even slightly change the beginning position or we change the environment, we can completely change the loading that's going through our system. Number two, as you can see, there's a heck of a lot more going on than just the front functional and back lines. There's a lot going on, but we want to, the key word is emphasize. These were the lines where we were really emphasizing with these movements. This is a nice component of our training session. We may spend a couple minutes during each session with a different tool depending on if it's a group or an individual. But try some of these if you haven't already. And again, good luck this baseball season. We'll talk to you soon.